I'm Tony Weber. I'm CEO of Goldfarb Weber Creative Media. I'm one of two leaders in this company because we also have Ron Goldfarb. I always had an interest in video and storytelling. I was an MTV Vidiot. And I also had a cable show in public access, kind of like Wayne's World. So I would go around and interview musicians, that would come to town. And in fact, I was the last person to interview Roy Orbison 2 days before he died. To be a good leader at a company, people have to know where you stand. There's three things I really love. I love fighting for social justice, I love promoting Cleveland, and I love rock and roll. It's no coincidence that our clients then are social service agencies, Greater Cleveland Partnership and Destination Cleveland, and of course we do work for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I would say my main influence, of course, are my parents. My father taught me to respect everybody, no matter who they are. And then my mom is where I kind of got my social justice from, because she always said, if you're treated unfairly or if you see someone else treated unfairly, you have to speak up. And probably the project I'm most proud of is the video #RethinkLabels that we produced for the Diversity Center. I wanted to get something really hard-hitting to show what high school kids have to go through in their daily lives and the impact of negative and positive words can have on them. When I got the call about the Hall of Fame, I was like, well, I'm not near death. So I thought that was kind of weird that I'm going in at this age. But then I understood it. I understood that my company has such a positive impact on this community. If you think about it, at the end of the day, you're not judged how big your car is or how big your house is, it's how big your heart is. And we have a really big heart here at Goldfarb Weber, and I'm really proud of that.
I am Jim Nash at Marcus Thomas, and I'm the managing partner. I was in my senior year of high school in Kent, and there was an opening for the school newspaper. And they said, we need somebody to sell ads and to help us design ads. So I went and sold ads, had a blast doing that, and then started thinking, maybe this is where I want to go. I started off as an intern at Malone Advertising, and then was recruited to the Jamie organization in Cleveland and worked there for 5 years. And then was recruited to Youngstown to Ira Thomas Associates, which is the Thomas side of Marcus Thomas. One of the reasons I took the job in Youngstown was kind of an anti-establishment move to the Cleveland agencies. I saw some great agencies in Cleveland. I just thought that they could do better. And people thought I was out of my mind. I've been here now for 27 years and never expected to be here quite that long, quite frankly. And I think part of our culture is a reflection of me as well as the partners here. Family really is so important to us because we need to make sure that people can really be able to work both things together. My dad was always a big influence for me. In addition to him being my father, he was always a good friend of mine. He is someone that I always looked up to as a hard worker and someone who got a lot done and was given very little to do that. To me, he always had that work-life balance. Just being able to balance off his work to what he'd love to do and spend time with me or with my sisters was always important to him. I think a lot of people are surprised I started as an intern. And just to start in this business is a lot of times all people need. You look at that and you go, God, I just got the start, and who knew that I could have maybe, become the CEO of an agency. To be nominated and then to be picked for the Hall of Fame is a little bit of a surprise for me. My hope was to always grow an agency that didn't feel entitled, is humble, but hardworking. I'm grateful for it, that people think that what I've done here with my partners and what we've done together and with this agency is something worth commemorating, so I'm humbled.
My name's Chris Connor. I'm the retired chairman and chief executive officer of the Sherwin-Williams Company, where I've spent the last 34 years working for that great Cleveland company. I grew up in an advertising home. My father was an advertising, marketing, public relations executive. He ran that function at Firestone Tire and Rubber Company in Akron for many, many years. And I'm like, man, that sounds like fun. I want to do that, when I grow up. And so my very first jobs out of college were in the advertising industry. I started with an advertising agency called Melderman Fewsmith, and they were one of the few that would hire a four-year undergraduate person without a business degree. I'm a sociology and history major. I was assigned to the Glidden paint account, and I remember being so despondent over that assignment. Advertising was supposed to be exciting and, exotic locales and fast cars and really cool things, and I got stuck on a paint account. And it ended up being one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Obviously, I've spent my entire career in the paint industry from those humble beginnings. After being at the agency for just a year, I was recruited by the client to join their marketing department. So I left and became part of the Glidden advertising marketing department. I left the Glidden company after only about 3 or 4 years and got recruited by Sherwin-Williams to come as director of advertising. So my very first job in my lifelong career company was to run the advertising for the Sherwin-Williams company. You're always looking for that great idea, that's going to be the breakthrough, the different idea that really is going to stick in people's minds. Music is powerful in that because jingles help do that, but so is imaging and visual and messaging, etc. So that inspiration is all around us. It's just for the curious of us to keep our eyes open and pay attention to it. It's an incredible honor to be recognized by this organization and to go into the Hall of Fame. I think these are the most courageous and clever and articulate business people around, and so to be in their presence, I think, is remarkable.